Hey everybody, it's Krog here, and today I want to talk about why the 1050 Ti is the only graphics card worth buying at the moment. We're going to get into it. So why I'm saying the 1050 Ti is the only card worth buying right now is because all the other graphics cards, like the 470 and the 570 and the 580, and even to some cases the 1060, which are all better cards and don't really cost that much, right around $50 to $70 more than the 1050 Ti. But due to Ethereum mining, the graphics card prices are all the fuck over the place. The price of these cards have skyrocketed tremendously. There are GTX 488 gigabytes, which have a MSRP, a manufacturer recommended price of $230, going for $700 on Newegg. All the ones that are priced at the regular price are out of stock and have been out of stock for months now. And the ones that are skyrocketing price on, like, Newegg. This isn't like eBay. This isn't Amazon third-party sellers. This is like Newegg official seller, and the price is just absolutely insane on these cards. And it's right now is really not a good time to buy a video card. So if you're going to buy a video card right now, I recommend the GTX 1050 Ti. I personally just bought a 1050 Ti. I got the SSC edition, which has got the dual fan on it by EVGA. If you're buying an NVIDIA card, I would always recommend an EVGA. Not only do they perform great, but they, in my opinion, they have the best looking design. They got a nice all black PCB, and yeah, that's just what I like to go for. My system's a nice all black look. So that's my personal preference. You're going to want to go with the SSC. Again, dual fans. It works great unless you're in a tiny form factor, and then you'll go with like a reference card or a mini, because those are going to only take up about the length of your PCIe slot instead of the regular graphics card length. And even the regular size one that I got is not big in comparison to like a 970 or my old card, which is a R9 270X. It's quite a bit smaller, and it draws virtually no power because it runs off the PCIe. And that's where I go into the other card I'd recommend, which is the EVGA 1050 Ti for the Win Edition. And that one has a 6-pin power connector on it. So in theory, it is better for overclocking because you can get more power into it. Now, I don't know if I got a lucky bin or not, but with my SSC 1050 Ti, I was able to hit 2.1 gigahertz on the clock and 4 gigahertz on the memory clock. Using MSI Afterburner with no problems. I haven't had any artifacting, any crashing, anything like that. So I don't know if I got super lucky, but my card overclocks like a champ. And I've tested it in a bunch of games. I've tested it on Witcher. Witcher plays at 1080p high preset with Hairworks off, like 60 plus frames. I can play Doom Ultra preset with anti-aliasing and everything cranked up, 1080p. I'm getting like 70, 80 frames per second. Rocket League maxed out 60 or 100 plus frames per second. Star Wars Battlefront Ultra preset 60 frames per second. Battlefield 4 high to ultra preset 60 frames per second. Battlefield 1 high preset 60 frames per second. Like all of the current games, I have had no problem running. I was able to play Batman Arkham Knight, which that game is optimized like dog shit and doesn't run on anything. I was able to play that game, no problems at all, and I was running that on Ultra. When I was driving the Batmobile, I had a couple frame rate slowdowns, and so I decided to turn it back down to high, and that stopped the stuttering at high speeds ripping through the city in the Batmobile. But most of the time it ran at a solid 60 frames on Ultra, and so I only had to turn it down to the high preset after I noticed that stuttering. And I don't even know if that had something to do with my PC, with my RAM, my CPU, whatever. So that game is optimized like dog shit. They ported it. The game got taken off of Steam. It was so poorly optimized, and then put back up, and then taken back down, and then finally put back up again. So it's not a good test. But oh, the other game. Crysis 3. I was able to run Crysis 3 on the highest preset, which on Crysis 3 is very high. It's not ultra. It's very high. 1080p maxed out, no problems, getting a solid 60 frames per second. So this is a great card. I picked mine up for like 170 bucks. You can get them for a little bit cheaper, right around 150, 160. Like I said, all the graphics card prices right now are skewed as fuck anyway because of the Ethereum mining, which I'm going to do another video on, talking about Ethereum mining and how it's fucking up the marketplace for graphics cards right now. And yeah, but I hope this gives you guys a little insight into what graphics card to pick up if you need a graphics card and you can't wait till like the end of summer to pick one up when graphics card prices start to normalize again, hopefully. The 1050 Ti is like the only card on the market that's worth buying. The 560 is not. It's less money than the 550 Ti, and it has like 30% less performance. And like I said, the 1050 Ti does fine, 60 frames per second on high to ultra presets in most games. So if you're going 30% slower than that, you're going to be playing on like medium and low settings to get that 60 frame mark. And if you're PC gaming, you're not going to want to go any lower than 60 frames per second. One last game I want to talk about is Grand Theft Auto 5. Maxed out, no problem, getting about 60 frames per second at 1080p. So I know that's a popular one. And then the game that you're watching right now was actually not only played on, but recorded with the 1050 Ti, which is PlayerUnknown's Battleground. And as you can see, I'm getting a solid frame rate. If you didn't notice in the video, there was a little bit of weird pop-in when I was moving quickly in vehicles, and so I'm going to turn up the render distance from, I'm going to bump it up one, and might lose a couple frames, but hopefully that'll solve the pop-in issue I was having. When you're walking around and stuff, it's fine, but I kept getting like hard pop-in while driving, so I didn't like that personally, so I'm going to try and tweak my in-game settings a little bit to fix that. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this video. Make sure you like the video. If you liked it, share it with your friends, etc. If you're watching it over on YouTube, make sure you subscribe. If you're watching it over on Facebook, because these videos should go up simultaneously on the two platforms, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe to the news feed there. Also check out the website, Krog.tv, and y'all have a wonderful day. Peace out and goodbye.